Ladies and gentlemen, it's been about 2 weeks since I did a video on the altcoin market, and I'm seeing a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of doubt in my comment section across Twitter, across YouTube. A lot of people are very skeptical about altcoins right now. They're looking at altcoins and they're thinking, why the hell aren't they going upwards? Why aren't they going upwards like they did in 2021? Why aren't they skyrocketing? Why aren't they going upwards like they did in 2017? Isn't this meant to be a bull market? Why aren't the altcoins moving? These are the kind of questions I'm seeing in my comment section all the time nowadays, and it's quite simple in my opinion. I've got some clarity, some insights to offer here. The altcoin market, quite simply, has not reached its trigger point yet. We have not seen the parabolic activation zone be reached on altcoins across the Ethereum BTC chart, across the total 3 cryptocurrency market cap. However, if you watch this video, you will understand exactly what needs to happen, exactly what price needs to be reached for that to occur. I'm also going to explain to you why it's not necessarily abnormal to see altcoins lagging like they are right now, even though we are in a bull market. In fact, it's pretty much normal. So we'll discuss all of this today, guys. We'll do it very quickly as well. I'm not going to waste your time here. Before we get into it, check out the Bitcoin exchange. If you're interested in a global non-KYC exchange, you can sign up from anywhere in the world with just an email address and a password. It takes 15 seconds to sign up. They have never been hacked before. Very, very important stuff. You're trusting exchanges to keep your money safe, and you're trusting them by paying them in fees as well. Okay, so this is very low in trading fees. Never been hacked before. Global non-KYC. You cannot go wrong. My referral link is down below for a 15% trading fee discount to add on top of the very low trading fees it has already. Check out that referral link, sign up with that link, get that discount, help me out and help yourself out by getting on a good exchange. Let's get into the content. Right, so first and foremost, just before we get into anything in regards to altcoins, it's very important that Bitcoin maintains this yellow line on the screen right here. As long as Bitcoin is above that yellow line, everything I say in this video in regards to altcoins remains valid. If Bitcoin breaks below that yellow line, and breaks below, a few indicators just below that yellow line right now, like the bull market support band, everything's over. It's all destroyed. The 4-year cycle is wrecked, and the altcoin season is a long gone concept. Okay, so that's a quick little disclaimer there. As long as Bitcoin is above that yellow line, as long as Bitcoin looks to break upwards from here, we are good to go. And that is because the 4-year cycle is inherently implying that Bitcoin should continue upwards until late 2025. Given the fact that the 4-year cycle is the only thing we've ever known in the cryptocurrency market. It started in 2012. Every single piece of price action, historically speaking, on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole has happened within the bounds of the 4-year cycle. We can only ever expect to know anything about how the altcoin market will behave if the 4-year cycle is active. So if Bitcoin remains in an upwards trend, if Bitcoin remains in a bull market, then we can make observations about altcoins. If not, we are in the dark about altcoins and there's no point even talking about them, let alone touching them. But right now, Bitcoin is in that upwards trend. We are in that 4-year cycle on Bitcoin, and hence we can make some predictions and extrapolations on altcoins, which I'll do so right now. So the 4-year cycle doesn't just stop at Bitcoin, okay? The 4-year cycle is a date range trend on Bitcoin, but it's a broader cryptocurrency market trend. Bitcoin leads the market, and hence altcoins react to Bitcoin price action directly. So if Bitcoin has this 4-year cycle trend, altcoins also have the 4-year cycle trend. And we've seen that time and time again. All we need to do is identify date range trends on the Bitcoin dominance chart, okay? The chart that represents the strength of altcoin against Bitcoin. We have date range trends as well on this chart, validating the fact that the 4-year cycle is equally as important to altcoins as it is to Bitcoin. As you can see, I've made some date range measurements here, similar to the date range measurements that make up the 4-year cycle on the Bitcoin chart. And you can see very clearly that altcoin season, the period of time in which Bitcoin dominance dramatically drops off, which is representative of altcoins outperforming Bitcoin, lasts 322 days. It's done so on 2 separate occasions in 2 separate cycles, okay? And if it does so again, we will be seeing a 322-day altcoin season, with the top or the bottom of the altcoin season being at around October 2025, which lines up perfectly with the date range expectations of the 4-year cycle's top on Bitcoin in October 2025. There is simply too many pieces of data here for it to be a coincidence. The fact of the matter is the 4-year cycle and its predictions don't just stem on Bitcoin, they stem to the altcoin market as well. And they suggest the altcoin season has begun here already. So believe it or not, According to the 4-year cycle, which is all Bitcoin knows, all Bitcoin has ever known, we are actually in an altcoin season currently. We are in a downwards trend on the Bitcoin dominance chart until proven otherwise. Now, it might not seem like we're in a massive altcoin season right now because, of course, in recent weeks, Bitcoin has been outperforming altcoins, but that is a medium-term move, and the longer-term trend is actually still downwards here. We're still seeing lower highs, and we're still seeing, at this point, lower lows, okay? So we're still actually in a downwards trend here on the Bitcoin dominance chart, and hence we are still, by default, in an altcoin season. By definition, in an altcoin season, it's just not very aggressive yet, and this is pretty typical, okay? So, for example, we saw the altcoin season begin back here in December 2020, but it really didn't start ramping up until around March 2021, a few months later. That's when it really started ramping up. 2017 is another example. We saw altcoin season begin in February 2017, and we saw legs of the altcoin season, aggressive legs where altcoins outperform Bitcoin, and then months on end where Bitcoin outperformed altcoins again. We saw that on a couple of different occasions before finally it ended and the whole bull market ended. Okay, so it's actually not abnormal at all to see periods of time within the altcoin season where Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins on a short-term basis. The only reason it seems abnormal is because we haven't really seen an aggressive altcoin season move like we saw in prior cycles yet. We kind of went into an altcoin season and almost immediately Bitcoin started outperforming altcoins. Now that seems like it could be a problem, but if we're zooming out and looking at it from a macro contextual analysis, it's not really a cause for concern unless, something else happens. Unless we actually skyrocket upwards and go to new all-time highs, it actually seems pretty typical. If we went downwards from here, we wouldn't even look at this with a raised eyebrow in hindsight. So it's only that we're experiencing it that it seems like a bit of an issue. I'm also just generally not surprised that altcoins haven't moved massively. It's not surprising. I mean, Bitcoin has been in a consolidation for about 2 months now. A consolidation just after breaching its prior all-time high, with that said. And look, that's a pretty extensive consolidation for a bull market. Generally speaking, they don't last this long. The reason it's lasted this long is because the Federal Reserve shifted on what they were meant to do, and this led to a shift in market expectations. They were meant to cut rates earlier. Now they're delaying those cuts, and so market expectations have shifted, and it's kind of, kicked the ball down the road a little bit. But that's all besides the point. The fact of the matter is, I'm not really surprised we didn't see altcoins pop off because we didn't see altcoins really trigger anything. There was no macro breakout in the altcoin market. Bitcoin managed to break its all-time high from 2021, right? 2021 all-time high at 69K, we broke that very clearly. But if you look at the total 3 cryptocurrency market cap, which is the altcoin market cap, so the entire dollar value of the altcoin market, literally measuring the value of altcoins in dollars, you can see the altcoin market cap, unlike Bitcoin, failed to break its 2021 all-time high. In fact, it's found resistance at that region 2 separate times, okay? So although Bitcoin's broken outwards, altcoins are still at macro resistance here. Now, obviously, when you break macro resistance, what happens? You skyrocket to the upside. That's what happened with Bitcoin. Bitcoin broke macro resistance, it skyrocketed to the upside. So we can expect the altcoin market to skyrocket to the upside when it breaks resistance, but the fact of the matter is that hasn't happened yet. And of course, if the altcoin market skyrockets to the upside, what happens to Bitcoin dominance? Bitcoin dominance tanked downwards, and we see that altcoin season. We can also see that happening on the Ethereum BTC chart. This is a chart measuring the strength of Ethereum against Bitcoin. Therefore, when this chart goes upwards, that means that Ethereum is gaining strength against Bitcoin, and Ethereum being the leader of the altcoin market. Ethereum gaining strength against Bitcoin hence means that altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. It's a very good sign for altcoins. As you can see, this is on a major macro support zone right now at the bottom of a majorly bullish channel formation, compressed right downwards, primed for a bullish breakout on the RSI. It just hasn't made the move yet. It's like we're right there, we're primed for the move, we're ready for the bounce. It will happen at any moment, but it hasn't happened yet. So just like the total 3 cryptocurrency market cap chart has not broke out yet, Ethereum BTC has not broke out yet either. They're both primed and ready. They just haven't actually done it yet. When they do it, right? And I think it is a when. I don't think it's an if. I think it is, unless Bitcoin breaks down, the whole thing gets ruined, the 4-year cycle goes out the window, right? Then we've got bigger problems. But if we're assuming the 4-year cycle remains intact, it will be, in my opinion, a when, not an if. When these charts move, when they reach their trigger points, we will see that altcoin season leg. Now, here's the question, right? And here's a very important question, which is very difficult to answer. In fact, I can't answer it, but I'll try. Give some clarity at least. When we see the altcoin season, assuming the 4-year cycle remains intact, which is the only prerequisite, when we see the altcoin season, will it be a broad market altcoin season? Or is the altcoin market so diluted with new coins that coins won't move upwards that much? Well, let me just say this. Yes, the altcoin market is very diluted now, and every cycle it gets more and more diluted, right? More and more coins come into circulation. The money gets spread thinner and thinner and thinner. But the fact of the matter is money does flow into the altcoin market. And generally speaking, the vast majority of altcoins don't go up in price because they are not getting attention by the market. Generally speaking, when you look at coins in the top 100, top 200, top 300, they are all going to get some degree of attention. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in that price zone. So it's not really a super valid concern to think that altcoins won't rise because the market is diluted. No, the altcoins people know about will rise. It's the shit coins no one cares about that won't rise and won't get any attention. Will just get rug pulled as soon as they do get a fraction of attention. That won't rise. Now, will the top 100, top 200, top 300 go upwards as much as they did in prior cycles? No. Again, because the market is diluted to some extent. But if we do see an altcoin season in a regular bull market, there's no reason to think they won't go up more than Bitcoin, which is implied in the fact that we see an altcoin season with Bitcoin dominance dropping. It's important to note, guys, that altcoin investing is a very interesting thing, right? You look at this snapshot. This is a snapshot. This is the top 100 in 2018. So this is what the top 100 market cap chart looked like in 2018, just about 6 years ago, right? You can 7 years ago now, but only 2 cycles ago, so quite recent in a cyclical sense. You know, you look at the top 10, top 20, okay, you recognize a lot of these coins. As soon as you get to the top 30, you realize what the hell is Bitcoin? What the hell is Sia coin? Nano, that's an old coin. You know, all these coins, BitConnect, that was a rug pull. BitShares, Populous, right? DentaCoin, all these coins, you start to realize that, wow, I haven't seen any of these coins in years, or maybe you've never seen them. Maybe you can't even recognize these coins. These were the coins that were the biggest names in the game just 7 years ago, okay? It just goes to show altcoins do not stick around for the long run. If you are looking to get into altcoins, it should be an opportunistic investment. You should not be looking to store your money in there like you'd store your money in Bitcoin or property or anything like that. This is just my opinion. Of course, you can do what you want, but historically speaking, altcoins do die. The vast majority of them die. Even the ones you think are good, even the ones you think have great fundamentals, they die. They have historically, and they probably will continue to do so. So it's an opportunistic investment when it comes to altcoin season. It's not something you're putting your wealth in for 10 years down the road. It's just simply, you know, they don't have the track record for that. Now, you can do what you want. That's just my personal take, but it's important to note that. So guys, do I think the altcoin season will come? I think that provided the 4-year cycle remains intact, yes, I see no reason to think it won't. All the data indicates towards that. They just haven't seen their trigger point yet. And when they do, I'd expect things to start to blow up for the altcoin market. I don't think what we're seeing is particularly abnormal right now on a macro scale. On a medium-term scale, yes, perhaps it is, and we'll monitor the situation and we'll update you if anything changes here, guys. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Again, check out the Bitcoin BTC exchange if you want a global non-KYC exchange that has never been hacked before. With my referral link down below, you can get a 15% trading fee discount. It takes 15 seconds to sign up. Alternatively, if you want a top 5 trading volume exchange with very few liquidity issues, okay, a very reputable, very well-known exchange, you can check out BitGet. The only catch is it's not available to people in the USA. So this is to all my viewers who are not in the USA. BitGet is for you. Again, just like Bitcoin, my referral link is down below. And with that referral link, you can get access to a 15% trading fee discount attached to your account for life. So take your pick there. The links are down below. I really appreciate you guys doing that. I would love for you guys to check out the VIP group on Telegram as well. You've only got a few months left to do so. I'm closing down the VIP group on the 1st of May. So this is kind of your last chance here the next few months. We've got $175 for access until May 1st. You get 4 trading signals per week. You get access to a group chat as well, which is very, very useful and very, very important. And you get access to the trading results, historically speaking, before you even sign up. So you can validate it, see if you like it. Check that out if you're interested, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you soon.